Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of The Spark. This is Coach David coming at you, trying to get it on today. We'll see what happens. We're not worried about it. We're going to keep moving. We've been talking about mastering the mentals over the last few weeks. And today, we're going to talk about focus to win, mastering the mental. So, when I talk about focus to win, this is what I am shooting at you doing what's important now, not looking at something in the past or what happened here or there or anything. We're talking about having our focus to win, or our focus important now. Focus is the ability to direct your mental energy and your attention towards a specific goal or task while you block out all these other distractions. The distraction, like when you're trying to do a Facebook Live and you keep having challenges, that's a distraction. But you have to have focus on what's important now. And what's important now is that I get this out to you. And so what we understand by that is that things are going to happen, but you got to have what it takes to focus and then keep moving forward, even in the midst of the focus. Now, we can be a distraction is anything that pulls your attention or your energy away from a chosen goal or a task. How does that happen? Well, things come up. It can be external, something on the outside, like maybe your cell phone, or it could be internal, like your mind will start to drift. You'll start thinking about other things, or it can be something emotional that gets you and it emotionally charges you to pull you away from a specific task, a specific assignment, or whatever the case may be. So what we want to do, we want to go through on today, and we want to be able to knock all of these things out in such a way that they don't hinder you, that they don't distract you, that they don't take you away from where you need to be. So how do I master this mental challenge of focus? How do I focus on what's important now? I'm going to give you 4 things, and then I'm going to wrap it up with something that I think you're going to love. Here we go. Number one, what you have to do, you have to understand what your target is. In other words, you got to have clarity on that. And many times the reason why we cannot focus is because we got so many different things going on and our attention is all over the place. So it pulls us off of what's important now for other things. So what we need to understand about that is this right here. We got to determine and define what success is, what it looks like, and what it is for us on today. And what I mean by that, determine each day what you want to accomplish. Determine with clarity, this is what I'm going to get done. We make lists. We make a to-do list. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with a to-do list, except for when you try to do all this on your to-do list at one time. So what I recommend you do is pick something and make it a priority. Say, for instance, like maybe you were supposed to have a paper completed. Today, I will complete this assignment. So by doing that, what I've done now, I've set a target. And because I've set a target, now I have clarity into what I am doing so I continue to move forward. So make sure that one of the things I'm going to encourage you to do is to have a target and make it clear. Number 2, you got to eliminate distractions. Oh my goodness. There are all kinds of things that can distract you. But here's the truth that I want you to grab a hold to. You control your environment. What do you mean by that, David? Well, you control where your cell phone is. You control where your computer is. You control where your children is. You control these things that could be distracting to you. So what you have to learn to do is to eliminate them. So what I do, and I encourage you to do this, work on what I call focus intervals. What do we mean by that? For the next 30 minutes, I am going to work on this. I am going to accomplish this. And so I need those 30 minutes. Now, this goes hand in hand with those 30 minutes. What is that? You also have to be able to set some boundaries. In other words, you got to let people know, hey, look, this is my uninterrupted time. I need these 30 minutes to accomplish whatever I need to get accomplished. And when I do that, now, guess what? I've eliminated the distractions. I'm moving forward with all of the things that I need to move forward with. And now my attention, my focus, my energy is directed towards something. Number 3, here's number 3. You have to train your attention. What do I mean by that? Okay. I want to give you a perfect example. When you go to the gym and you train your muscles get stronger. When you train your attention gets stronger. How do you train your attention? You train your attention by being what I call single task focus. What do you mean by that? I'm not multitasking anything. I got one focus, I got one task. I'm focused on that, and I'm going to get that completed. Here's another thing that I've learned recently. It's called the 3 R's. What are the 3 R's? Well, anytime you're to wonder, the first R is you got to recognize it. Recognize it immediately, start to drift, and before you will have drifted somewhere, and you're all over the place. Well, that is the case when I got to ask myself a question. What my attention is being to, is it relevant to? That's the second R, relevant. And then I answer that question either yes or no. And if the answer is, I have to do focus. That's number 3. At any given, our focus goes and comes, is stronger or weaker in this. But if we will train it, if we will take the time to train it, just like we train our muscles in the gym, then what we will find is that our attention will get stronger, it can last longer, and then we are far better off. So I'm going to train your attention. Here's number 4 for you. Fuel your focus. Fuel. Fuel it. Give it some fuel. Give it some gas. Well, what are you talking about? Okay, here's another example. Proper food is fuel for your body. In other words, that's what your body runs on. The stuff you ingest, the stuff you drink, the stuff you take in as food goes into your body, and it is fuel for your body. Just like you put gasoline in your car and you drive your car, or you charge your car with energy, battery power, that is what fuels it. That's what makes it go. Well, guess what? Your focus is the same way. You have to fuel it. Well, that's great, David, but what is the fuel? What is the gas, if you will, to use in order to fuel my focus? Well, focus comes out of your brain. So you got to fuel your brain in order that it can do what it needs to do to focus. So I'm going to give you 3 things that I think that if you'll fuel your brain with these 3 things, you're going to be firm and your focus is going to be much stronger. Number 1 is rest. You've got to rest. You got to get some sleep. You got to rest. One of the things that we've learned in working with students is if they don't get enough rest, they are not as focused. Well, not only that, sleep or rest improves your attention, also reduces mental errors. In other words, think about it from this standpoint. Truck drivers, charter bus drivers, pilots, all of these people have what is through day. In other words, they can only be up for so long. They can only drive or fly for so long. And the reason they do that is because to ensure that they have proper rest in order that they don't make mental errors. It reduces that. So what we need to understand is that we need to make sure our body gets proper rest. Here's the next one. Food. You need to make sure you balance meals and that you stay hydrated. Your focus is a lot better if you are well fueled and well hydrated. So make sure you're doing that. And here's the third one. Move. You got to get up and move. What do you mean? What I like to do, I like to be focused for like 30 minutes. And then I got to get up and walk around the house or, take a break and just refresh my attention. And so, do that. And what you will see happen is that now your focus is better. Your focus on what's important now, your focus to win will be better. So I've given you 4 things. Number 1 is get clarity. Find out what your target is for the day. Number 2, eliminate those distractions. Put that cell phone in the other room. Number 3, just like you train in the gym, train your attention. Number 4, fuel it. Give it some gas to go on. Just like you put food in your body to function properly, make sure you're taking care of your mind, your brain, so that it will function effectively and that you will reduce the mental errors. So I've given you those 4, but I want to wrap it up with this right here. Let's talk about the word focus. All right, we're going to use focus. The F, Fix your eyes on the target. Know what you want to accomplish. Get fixed on it, okay? Because that's going to help you. The O, you got to organize and you got to prioritize. For me, I prioritize what's difficult. I like to do the difficult things first. Why? That just works for me. Now, that may not work for you, but you have to organize yourself. I got to sit down. I got to get my office neat and orderly, and then I got to prioritize what I need to do. Here's the C. You got to clear all the distractions. Put the cell phone away. Put the computer away. Put the kids away. Whatever it is that could possibly be a distraction, you want to clear it out of the way. That protects your attention. And then next, you want to unleash your energy. What do you mean by that, David? You want to get rest. You want to get food. You want to get hydrated, and you want to move. And then the S of it, the U, and then the S of it. Stay the course. Focus could mean this right here. Follow one course until success. Or how do you do that? Use those 3 R's. Recognize when you're off focus. Is it relevant to the task at hand? And refocus. And if you do that, you're going to find that you will master the mental and you will be focused to what's important now. And you're going to win the day every day. Well, I hope this has helped you. Even through the difficulties, we stay focused and we got it done. But remember this right here. Remember this. You are the architect of your life. I'm Coach David. I believe in you. I'll see you on next week. Bye.